He's lying.
What?
Richie Carter was in court yesterday.
Well, we know Richie thinks Dad did it. There's no point getting your knickers in a twist over it.
Yeah, but now he's saying that he actually saw Dad lighting the fire. That's what he's told him.
Is this what Richie told you, Rob?
No.
Is this why you've been worrying whether your dad might be guilty?
Richie hasn't said anything to me.
He's lying to you, Rob. It's impossible. Don't listen to his lies.
Look, will you both shut up? Richie hasn't said anything to me about the fire. I promise you.
What are you doing?
Trying to find out what's going on.
Are you supposed to be doing that?
No.
Well, shh. What's happening? Is it that detective fella?
Phil Harvey, no, he's done. It's forensics now.
What are they saying?
Can't hear. I know the gist of it, though.
And?
Cause of death: asphyxiation through smoke inhalation. Confirmation: definitely arson. Traces of petrol found on Jack's clothing. A pair of singed gloves found in one of the fields belonging to Jack. Also traces of petrol.
That doesn't mean he started the fire. Even I know that.
No, you're right. Don't prove a thing.
Andy, Robert.
What's happened?
It's time to get changed.
Is there any news?
Yeah, I just had to call. They're sending a car.
You're gonna come with us?
You have to, don't you?
What about me?
Do you want me to come? I mean, I've always assumed, but I suppose if you'd rather I didn't. You know, I know things haven't been brilliant since your dad's been... Look, anyway, it's up to you. Do you want me to be there? Don't you worry, Victoria. I'll give Emily a ring, okay?
Thanks, Kathy.
And the next day, you saw Sarah Sugden again.
Yeah, I went to check on how she was.
You were still off duty.
Yeah, I went as a friend. I was worried about her.
Tell the court what happened.
She was very agitated. She said she hadn't slept all night. And she was talking about leaving Richie and going back to her husband.
What did you say?
I tried to persuade her not to. I said she could come and stay at our house if she needed to, but then later on, when she did turn up to the house, it was merely to drop off her daughter so that she could go and talk to Jack at the farm, Mr. Sugden.
Did you try to stop her then?
Not really. She'd obviously made up her mind.
Oh, weren't you concerned for her safety?
Yeah, I was.
Why was no action taken regarding the attack in the pub?
I tried to persuade Sarah to lodge a formal complaint against Jack, but she wouldn't.
And why was that?
She blamed herself for the whole situation.
She said that?
Yes. It's a common attitude amongst victims of domestic violence. I've seen it many times.
Why didn't you go with her up to the farm?
She wanted me to look after her daughter, and she was adamant. She felt responsibility to make everything all right for the sake of the kids. And she was convinced that she could talk Jack round, that he wanted her back.
She thought that. Even after Mr. Sugden said, I could kill you, I could kill the pair of you.
Sarah assumed that that was just a figure of speech.
But you felt differently.
Well, it's not for me to second guess what he actually meant by those words, but it was absolutely clear from Jack's behaviour that he was out of control and capable of serious violent assault against her. I knew that it wasn't safe for Sarah to go back to the farm, and I told her that.
Would you remind the court how long you've been a police officer?
11 years.
And Sarah Sugden ignored your advice?
Yes, she did.
No further questions, Mother?
Take the Bible in your right hand and read the words on the card.
I swear by Almighty God that the evidence I shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
You are Diane Blackstock.
Yes.
Hello?
Hi, I was wondering where you got to. Rob, will you tell the driver we'll be with him?
Hi.
This is Ed. Is it okay if he keeps me company for a bit?
I've got a job interview.
Yeah, sure.
Kathy, driver's getting narky.
Right, come on, everybody. Better go. You be good, Victoria, yeah?
Come on, Kathy.
Goodbye. Thanks. Good luck.
I've just realised who this family are.
Mrs. Blackstock, you've told us about the events in the Woolpack on the night of the 15th of November.
Yes.
You saw Mr. Sugden the following morning, did you not?
Yes.
Can you describe that encounter for us, please?
Jack was very tired, said he hadn't slept at all. He was still terribly upset and angry about Richie and Sarah leaving Victoria on her own.
Upset and angry? Which?
Well, more upset, really.
Not angry.
Well, yes, he was a little bit angry, but only because he was upset.
Did he say anything about his threat of the night before?
I told him it was very stupid to say it.
Did he show any regret for what he'd said?
He knew it wouldn't do him any good to go shouting his mouth off, nor if he wanted custody of Victoria again.
Did he actually withdraw his threat against Mrs. Sugden and Mr. Carter?
Not in so many words. I mean, why should he? It's just one of those things you say, isn't it?
Is it? Did Mr. Sugden talk about his financial troubles?
Yes.
What did he say?
He said,
Mrs. Blackstock?
he said the farm was worth more on paper than it was as a working farm. You know, like with the insurance.
Did you talk about the insurance specifically?
Yes.
How would you describe his mood?
I don't know. Depressed, I suppose.
Depressed?
He was really upset about what had happened in the pub. He said he got so depressed about the farm it made him do terrible things.
What terrible things?
Like shouting at Sarah and me.
But he threatened you as well.
No, he just shouted at me a bit. He was in a state. I didn't feel threatened.
But he told you he did terrible things. Was there anything else apart from attacking his wife in the pub?
No, of course not.
But you said terrible things, plural. What other terrible things do you think he was talking about?
No, he said he might do something terrible because of the farm.
Thank you, Mrs. Blackstock.
I haven't finished yet.
Mr. Hamilton Jones. Mr. Hamilton Jones?
No questions, my lord.
I didn't think he meant to do any harm to Sarah. I can tell you that now.
You may stand down.
No, Jack Sugden is a good man.
Mrs. Blackstock, I'm afraid you are not here to offer your opinion of the defendant's character. You may stand down.
But you're twisting everything I say.
Mrs. Blackstock, please.